let's talk about what's happening with the, foreign flows. What's pegged to be the case for the dollar once Trump takes over, and what would it mean for emerging markets? We've got Cameron Brandt from EPFR joining in on the show right now. Cameron, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show. Cameron, what's the sense that you're getting? Whether dollar is going to peak out anytime soon or not?
Well, my sense is certainly that it has further to go, in as much as there's a consistent theme for mutual fund and ETF flows. It is towards US mandated equity and bond funds. But I would qualify almost anything I say today by the fact that this is an unusually fluid period, certainly in terms of sentiment and planning ahead. Everyone is obviously talking about the impending arrival of Donald Trump in the White House for a second term. But we're also a week away from the big 2-week Lunar New Year holiday in China, when that country's economy tends to go a little bit dark as everyone travels. You're getting a growing number of fourth quarter earnings reports, both here and also in India. Making a hard decision on all of the variables is really, I think, people are basically taking a step back. So what we have seen actually is that the stronger themes of last year are all taking a bit of a trimming. So this week we saw outflows from cryptocurrency funds, saw outflows from India funds. India was obviously a very strong story last year. General caution about the other strong the markets that did see strong flows last year.
Cameron, so is there a way we can really firmly establish that how much more for this long dollar trade to continue? At what juncture flows could rotate back into emerging markets, and you think they will rotate back to emerging markets at all?
I think there's certainly a desire to move back into emerging markets. But the case for the US at the moment, in the short term anyway, is so strong, it's hard for people to look past that. And the emerging markets story, the bits of it that are credible have been assiduously bid up recently. Those stories are concentrated in the major emerging Asian markets, India, China, Korea, and Taiwan. And a lot of money has flowed there. It's going to take sort of a real change of focus and mindset for people to branch out from those markets. So we're certainly seeing faint signs that investors would like to broaden their exposure in the emerging markets universe, but where to go other than well bid up corners is the harder question.
Talked about how there is a bit of a desire to move back to the emerging markets, but if they do move back to emerging markets, do you think India will be top of the pack?
I don't, though. I think I can certainly see cases where India will be in the top of the pack. India is one of the four emerging markets that has had a lot of positive investor attention, certainly through the vehicles of mutual funds and ETFs. And at least at the moment, there's certainly a kicking of the tires on fund groups that really roared up last year. We're seeing that in the technology sector, as I mentioned. Crypto is getting much choppier flows than it was even a month ago. So at least for a while, I think investors are sort of going to look for what has been beaten up. We're seeing some sniffing around in the Europe dedicated fund groups on the equity side, though again, investors are having trouble actually making the leap beyond Switzerland dedicated funds and some of the ones that offer very broad diversified exposure.
Okay, Cameron, on that note, we let you go. Thanks so much for making time and speaking with us. So there is that desire to come back to emerging markets, but we'll have to see how it really goes because we are in a fluid period of transition at this point of time. So we'll have to wait by and see where we go from here on.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.